Hello everybody. In this video we are going to discuss JavaScript map versus forEach function, and in brief we will discuss when to use each one. So as part of your day-to-day JavaScript development, you often need to work with arrays, and when you are working with arrays you often need to process array elements, so you need a way to look through each element of an array. In JavaScript, the forEach and map are two of the most popular methods to work with arrays. The primary purpose of both these methods is to iterate through the elements of the array. However, they may look almost identical. There are certain differences between them. Map is used to transform each element of an array, while forEach is used to run a function on each element without changing the array. So in this video, we'll discuss both these methods along with a couple of actual examples. You can say real world examples, and we'll also discuss the difference between both these methods. So the forEach method allows you to execute a function by iterating through each element of an array. So here is a forEach demo. So I'm using Visual Studio Code, which is easy to run a JavaScript file by installing Node. So if the command is, once you have installed Node, and you just issue this command node mapdemo.js and node forEachDemo.js. So basically this forEachDemo.js contains an array which has got 5 elements, 1 2 3 4 5, and a return value is stored in a return value variable, and it in the first method, forEach method, and that number array is operated by the forEach function or method, and in number is squared, and we are just logging it on the console, the number array and the return value. All right, so I have already run this forEachDemo.js, and you can see that the array, the first part of it, console.log number array, so array hasn't changed, 1 2 3 4 5, the same elements, but the return value is undefined. And once I have run this mapdemo.js, it's the first part is the same as in the forEach demo, 1 2 3 4 5, the array remains unchanged, but the second part, the return value, is returned with the square of the each numbers in the for each element of this array. Okay, 1 4 9 16 and 25. So basically let's discuss it in a little bit detail. So it's important to note that the forEach method, this is the map demo, by the way. So this is basically, both are the same. One is operating on a forEach and another is operating on a map function. All right. So forEach method doesn't return anything, and thus if you're trying to get the return value of the forEach method, you will get undefined. Instead, it allows you to modify the values of an existing array by applying the callback function on each element of an array. Since it allows you to modify the source array itself, it is a mutator method. So it can change each element of the array, but it doesn't return a value. It remains undefined. Whereas the map method is similar to the forEach. It allows you to execute a function for each element of an array, but the difference is that the map method creates a new array using the return values of this function. This map method is creating the new array 1 4 9 16 25 by squaring each elements of the array. Okay, so since the map doesn't change the source array, we can say it's an immutable method, and it creates a new array. How? By applying the callback function, that map function, on each element of the source array. Okay, so as you can see that the number array remains unchanged, but the return value of map is a new array which is built by applying the square function. A great thing about the map function is that it's chainable. So how can you change the map function? So to demonstrate this, I will create another JavaScript file. Within this JavaScript folder, new file, and name this map chain demo.js, and I will paste the code with me. So basically this function is also initializing the number array with 5 elements, and then the return value is assigned by mapping the number array with first number being transformed by multiplying it with 2, and then it is changed with another map function where the number is converted to string by toString function, and then again the third time it is again chained with another map function, another callback map function, by concatenating a $sign to the string value. And then we are writing console.log, then number array, the original array is returned, and then the return value is returned. So let's run this code and I will explain in a bit how does the chaining works. So node chain demo.js, and this time you can see the output. That's the original array 1 2 3 4 5 number array, and then this is the $sign appended, $2, $4. These are all this is the string. Okay, so what the chaining means, it means that you can call a number of map operations in a row. Okay, so that's as simple as that. All right, so again, revising what we have learned, the main difference between map and forEach is that the map method returns a new array by applying the callback function on each element of an array, while the forEach method doesn't return anything. Okay, so you can use the forEach method to mutate the source array, but this isn't the way it's meant to be used. Instead, it's great for when you need to do some action with each element of the array, like we did with forEach demo. It doesn't return anything, it is returning undefined, but we have been able to actually square each of the elements of the array. Okay, on the other hand, the map method is used for creating a new array, and thus it is also chainable, and you can call a number of map operations one after the other. Okay, since the forEach method doesn't return anything, you cannot chain it with any other methods. It's not chainable. So which one should I use, map or forEach? Now it boils down to this question: how should you decide whether to use the map or forEach method? If you're planning to alter the array elements by applying a function, you should use the map method, since it doesn't modify the original array and returns a new array. In this way, the original array is kept intact. On the other hand, if you want to look through all the elements of an array and don't need a return array, use the forEach method. Apart from this, the functions are very similar. Hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and if you like this tutorial, please don't forget to subscribe to this channel and put your valuable comments. Thank you very much.